Doubles and coffee. The PNM's inability in the face of evil, tyranny and oppression to say no to what they know is wrong and to capitulate the MPs, not the whole PNM, not the grassroots, not the membership, the MPs, to capitulate and say that they endorse and support what they know in their heart, soul and mind to be wrong, shows you what is wrong with the PNM. It shows you how a cabinet could approve property tax, how a cabinet could approve attacking pensioners and cutting food card and cutting support, cutting scholarships, turning it into bursaries, cutting funding across the board for anything that helps people, cutting funding for GATE, for children to be educated, closing down MIC and NESE centers. You see how that can happen when tyranny reigns and other good people are cowardly and afraid. Imagine they voted, all 21. At least one of them walk off in depression after unable to speak. She was speechless. They voted for Stuart Smallpin Young. Stuart Smallpin Young, the biggest failure as a minister and the luckiest man in the world who's ever been in politics. His short stint in politics, he came in to defend a liar on Emailgate. He engendered so much love and respect with the liar that there were two liars in a pod, that liar promoted him immediately. He was not even a member of the PNM before 2014. Became a super minister, office of the prime minister, and failed at every ministry. The Ministry of Communications, TTT, CNMG, whatever it is, flop and fail. Wasting taxpayers' money. A Minister of National Security, the worst 2 murder rates in history. The only one who stood before him was Martin Joseph, 2008. Lifeguards, fire truck, no fire truck. Lifeguards, no pay, nowhere to put their clothes, nowhere to bathe. No salary increases. At the office of the Prime Minister, he and Rowley decided to create a whole new level of corporate governance, which is procurement without procuring, procuring without procurement. In other words, creating opportunities for theft and corruption by eliminating the process, by creating a situation that ministers procuring vessels, procuring, going and visiting and meeting with CEOs, eliminating boards, tender committee, evaluation committee. He, Smallpin, is the man who allowed Delcy Rodriguez and PDVSA officials to land here in Trinidad and Tobago during a COVID-19 pandemic, where nurses who spend their lives saving our lives were stuck in Barbados, and Barbados had to take care of them because Smallpin didn't care and left them stranded, but opened the gate and opened the runway for Delcy Rodriguez, who is now under sanctions once again, and Maduro and Astrobal Chavez to land in Trinidad and Tobago to meet the Prime Minister face to face, and then both of them lie about COVID, about hamper. Then he come and tell the truth and say it was really about dragon gas. The same Smallpin who cannot answer questions asked for the last 3 months about how many times he went to Venezuela, who went with him, was the permanent secretary there, who was in the meeting, where the minutes of the meeting. He cannot answer, he refuses to answer. Even the PNM speaker had to say, but Minister Energy, you have to answer. This is the man who sat down in the parliament and cussed down the place, and called people Zami and all kind of nastiness. And that is what the PNM MPs were forced to say, okay, yes, I endorse, I select that to replace the lying Prime Minister with Stuart Smallpin Young to be the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the country of Brian Lara, of Hazel Crawford, of Keshawn Walcott, of the relay team, of Motley and Ed Roberts and Skinner, the country that has produced V.S. Naipaul, greatness, great surgeons, neurosurgeons, doctors, teachers, professors, legal luminaries. Trinidad and Tobago, the land of steel pan, the land of Joshua Regrello, world record holder, Winston Spree, Simon Desperados, the land of sweet music and soca, the land of Kitchener and Sparrow. You tell me that Stuart Smallpin, arrogant, dishonest, come into politics and his family benefits so much across the board, is the best the PNM has to put as Prime Minister, to put his picture up on the airport. All you have no shame whatsoever. The biggest failure, the man come into politics and he ain't help no poor people, he ain't help no ground troops, he ain't help no single mothers, he ain't go and move a policy to alleviate pain and separation, he ain't create no jobs, he decimate the energy sector, losing 10,300 jobs per year for the last 6 years. The point leases are operating at 28%. NGC making a loss for the first time. NGC throwing away $500 million on his say-so, on failed projects and nonsense. But he benefit since he's swearing. His brother's company, that his brother is the CEO, received before $0 in public sector work. And after he swearing as a minister and recused himself from cabinet over 80 times, his brother's company not only got a banking license, they got over $4.6 billion in work, starting with UDCOT $180 million loan, when Rowley lie and say he don't know how UDCOT moved from housing to under the office of the Prime Minister. His father, Richard Young, has been in charge of the IFC for the last 6-7 years, $15 million per year, and not one attracted business in the IFC. Hewitt Williams resigned out of frustration, but PNM, they don't tell you that. So the Young family has benefited from Smallpin becoming a minister. He never walk on the ground, he never come through local government, he never help nobody, he never take no cost across the board like the ground troops who come through. He just come in on a golden surfboard, straight up. And the PNM people could not even say no. That's wrong. We have many other deserving people. We want to be a party that helps people. The PNM has signaled who they are and what they are. Rowley has showed for 9 years that the rich must get richer. And now the PNM is afraid of the rich. And they put in Rowley's boy there to continue the policy of rich getting richer. Stuart Smallpin Young is the worst of the worst. Y'all are talking about Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And the PNM members could not say no when they know it is wrong. But that is what they are showing you. When they show you who they are, you have to believe them. All across Trinidad and Tobago, once you don't have $1 million in the bank, you cannot vote PNM. PNM is for the rich to get richer. Smallpin is the worst human being. A man who don't like nobody, and even his own people don't like him. But he is the Prime Minister to be Prime Minister selected by the PNM. Only really good, but that good for all the people who want a Prime Minister to take care of those most in need, to take care of those at the bottom, to create jobs and make life easier up in traffic and provide you with water and smooth roads, allow your children to get up and succeed in education, to come out of poverty. For all those of you, whether African, Indian, Syrian, Chinese, mix-up, Dogra, any religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Orisha, Baptist, Jah Rastafari, any Trinbagonians who love Trinidad and Tobago and believe that we are a great country of brilliant achievers, you can't vote for Smallpin. All you know that even the most rabid PNM, you cannot vote for Smallpin. That means that you admit that that is all we are. And we in Trinidad and Tobago are better than Smallpin. I could tell you that. But election had to come, so let's get ready. Bless.